They hear the final master, but they don't see the empty room. They don't see the night staring at a blank page. Before the armor, there was just the soul. I'm back in the basement where the heaters don't work, writing lines in the dirt, putting V on the shirt. It's a long way from Jersey, but I'm feeling the spark. Viral the virus, a ghost in the dark. I was listening to starlight, drowning in the sound. Before I ever thought I'd be the one to wear the crown. He said, I hope the struggle don't murder me. Before I find out how many people heard of V from Jersey to Germany. Now I'm hearing the cold, carrying the flame, another V in the booth, but I'm changing the game. I learned how to sing from a legend who passed. Now I'm pouring my soul, trying to make it all live. This is the blood, this is the sweat, this is the sorrow. Trading my peace for a piece of tomorrow. You can't manufacture the pain in my chest or the rhythm that beats when I'm failing the test. No algorithm can carry this weight. I'm carving my human design into fate. Yeah, but now the time to shift it to a cynical state, where the real is a target for the digital hate. I spend 100 hours bleeding on a single verse, just for some kid in the comments to say it's a curse. Is it AI? Is it fake? Is it generated? So why they sit behind a screen and they play the troll? I have to prove I'm a human, that's a heavy demand, when I'm giving you my heart in the palm of my hand. It's sad times, fam. The burden of proof is on the one in the booth, actually telling the truth. They wanna strip away the magic, call it all a machine, but they don't know what it takes to paint the scenes that I've seen. This is the blood, this is the sweat, this is the sorrow. Oh, trading my peace for a piece of tomorrow. You can't manufacture the pain in my chest or the rhythm that beats when I'm failing the test. No algorithm can carry this weight. I'm carving my human design into fate. Yeah. It's a cold world when the passion gets questioned. Every breath on the mic is a hard-learned lesson. I ain't a line of code, I'm a life on the edge. I walked every single mile, I stepped out on the ledge. When the vocal cords tear and the melodies break, you can hear every mistake, every shiver and shake. That's the beauty of the flaw, that's the human design. You can replicate a voice, but you can't fake the grind. So point your fingers, drop your comments, put my name in the fire. I'm singing out the ashes, ascending it higher. They want the authentic, but panic when it's raw. I am the living proof, I am the beautiful flaw. Oh, you can't fake the tears, you can't prompt the years. I gave you everything I am. This is the blood, this is the sweat, this is the sorrow. Trading my peace for a piece of tomorrow. You can't manufacture the pain in my chest or the rhythm that beats when I'm failing the test. No algorithm can carry this weight. I'm carving my human design into fate. Spraven mina rader när mörkret faller ner. Häller ut min själ tills jag inte orkar mer. Ni letar efter koder, någonting som är perfekt, men den brustna lilla rösten är det enda som är äkta. Ingen algoritm kan fejka mina sår. Alla kalla nätter, fällda tårar alla år. Det är en vacker brist, en skugga i mitt ljus. Ett levande hjärta i ett tomt och iskallt hus. Yeah.